Here's some of the action you'll see in the upcoming series from Cape York. Looking back at it, there was some wild action. You needed to do more of this.
Can't park there, mate.
I know. Stay tuned for future episodes. Hemorrhaging. We are one water tank down. Emergency, save the water.
You can see a little bit of damage there. No damage to the awning yet, but like that little guy sticking out, it just keeps hitting it.
Push, you got it. Steer it.
Straighten up.
Oh no. Oh dear.
You were worried about it, weren't you?
I was.
Woo! We're left!
Comments before? Hopefully stay straight.
You're in it now.
You're on it.
Am I on the body? Man, I'm locked out of my house. We're locked out. Don't understand.
You gonna take him out, Paul?
Which way are you going?
What have you done with my wife? This is already better than the crab track.
I just thought I would show you this step that Denny was driving up in the mud.
So Chelle was worried.
Come straight at that.
What's the trailer look like?
Nice.
Holy! Let it run.
You going all there, cameraman?
Yeah.
How'd that look? Good?
That one. This episode here,
Whoa.
this still starts at home. We still had a fair bit to do before we hit the road. Won't need this on this trip, most likely. We're going to be needing this. So we're going to use the Cheeky Kids bag as a recovery bag. So we'll put snatch block with the tree trunk protector on one side, put the snatch strap on this side, compressor in the actual bin. Perfect size, this back pocket for the ARB tyre kit. Put the Max Tracks straps in. Might throw my compressor hose in there. This is all freeing up space where I used to have all this stuff. The air gun. Amazing. Might even put the hammer and the swag pegs. So we'll be getting these out every day. There'll be the hammer and the bag of pegs for the swags. The winch blanket, the compressor, all in the bin. The snatchy. I've got a lot of stuff in there. My toolbox is going to be underneath, so it'll be resting on that. And I promise you one thing, I'm not losing one tool on this trip. Behind the seat, we've got our snake bite kit. We've got the diesel filter removal tool. We've got 2 fuel filters, 2 air filters, our scan tool, and the ARB jump pack. And then under this chair, we've got the Makita compressor, we've got a voltmeter, we've got an inverter, and the tyre pressure gauge. The factory jack that the 79 has with a decent block of timber. It's enough to get wheels off these things. Obviously, if you're in one of those situations where you're thinking of needing a high lifty, well, then you're in trouble. But Paul's got one, we've got working winches, the 2 of us. Also got our pre-filter in there as well. So now I'm going to concentrate on filling up the storage box. So this is in place of the factory spare tyre, and then we've got to work out what we're taking. So what did make the cut for our, let's call it, storage box? We know we've just done fresh bearings in the rear, so I'm actually not going to take the second-hand ones. It's just weight. We've got 4 sets of pads there. We know we've got good brakes and the pads have got plenty of meat. So all that'll stay. We'll take a fresh set of bearings because the fronts and the rears are the same. We've got the Penrite high temperature grease. We've got an auto hub. There are the wheel studs for the rear. So that, together with all the seals we need, will go in that bag. The wheel space is tucked right up in that back corner. And then we'll just work out tools. When we went across the Simpson Desert, I actually had the Spinifex in this section. I'm going to try and get it back in here. In this bag is the 8.2 litres of 0W20, which we'll be using before we hit the dirt. We need a bucket to drain that. All right, done. And it can hold the tackle box too. So while the Oki straps are doing the job on the tar, we're going to take some proper straps for when we hit the old telly track and see if we can get them a little bit tighter, because they will move around. The 4 camp chairs, they basically hold everything in. I mean, these will be the first thing we pull out at camp, and they'll be the last thing to go in. So that's where they'll live, and they'll hold whatever's behind them in once this door's shut. Well, they won't necessarily hold it in, but they'll definitely stop them from pushing out. And I guess the ground mat for under the swags is in that boat too. First guy out before the swag goes down, and with the chairs, the last guy back in. On track for a 2 a.m. start from home. We'll zero the litres per 100 and see how we go all the way to Cairns. Oh, not a good start. The harbour tunnel's closed. The amount of action and workers on the road here, you'd think it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's doing a berm, but look at that, effortless. $1.10, under 2,000 RPM. Gosford, Newcastle. Not a bad idea as we hit Taree. It's actually been quite cool over the last couple of hours. 7-8 degrees. Daylight brings with it a second wind. Another gear. It's very welcome. Change to the sky. The eyes have come alive. Soon I'll be searching for the sunglasses. Can't park there, mate. So good getting into Coffs before the school traffic starts. Not a bad run. Under 6 hours. Pushed through Coffs. Coming through at this time has taken at least one trouble spot as far as traffic. You come through Coffs in peak hour or school zones and it can be a nightmare. I guess the next traffic zone that could be bad is going to be the Gold Coast and then the motorway up to Brisbane. But given the time now and at a guess, I'm saying maybe 4 hours. So that puts us in that area in the middle of the day. So probably the best outcome would be the middle of the day and not a peak hour session. Turn off to a track called Rover Trail. Isn't far from here, and that year that I was bringing the van up to Pebbly a little bit early, so the family was at home, but I met a guy in the servo and he told me about this track. So I went and dumped the van and then went in to try the track and did a bit of damage. Couple of pot rivets will be sweet. So we might give that one a miss. I'd gone back down and came back up. I took Chelle in there and had another go and did even more damage.
Door!
We'll be back up here later in the year. Pebbly Beach is on the cards. This one's a shout out to Auntie Susan. The advice given at Millie's grand final was wash your face a lot. Woo! So we hit the Gold Coast sign just a little under 11 o'clock. So hopefully we can be on the other side of Brisbane in an hour. That's the beauty of having planned to do it in the middle of the day. So no peak hour, no school runs. Let's see how we go. Nobody's in the car to tell me to shut my window. I miss all the noise. Helping to keep me awake. Cape York bound. I need a coffee. Look at this. The last time I was on this motorway, it was like peak hour and it was so bad. We've still got the turn off at Brisbane there and up and over the Gateway Bridge onto the Bruce, so it could still turn pear-shaped, but it's amazing right now. 11 a.m. Monday morning, timed it right so far. Southbound doesn't look like it's moving as quickly as we are. 29 degrees up here. Now got the windows up and the aircon on. Wow, we did it in really good time. Just inside 10 hours, we're on the Gateway motorway. And that's the sound of the toll in Queensland. Hopefully the run up to Gympie is just as good as it's been all day. Last time we came across this bridge, wasn't too long ago actually, but it was to go to Moreton Island. And the best part about it, it's before lunch on day one, and we've got less than 1,700 kilometres to do to get to Cairns. Dun dun dun! We have got 17 minutes of traffic. But it's saying Gympie's 150k away and it's only going to take me 1 hour and 46 minutes. So really can only be 15 minutes of traffic. I think it's his fault. The guy digging the road up. Alright, so by 12:17 I should be sitting on 100. So the plan for the next couple of nights, because obviously I am going to have to sleep, is what I'll do is I'll set the two swags up. So tonight I'll pull off one swag, put the bed sheets on it, put the kids' pillows in it, and then roll it up, put it in a tarp, and then put it back in its swag bag. And then tomorrow night I'll do the same with ours. So that the first night, after I pick Chelle and the kids up from Cairns Airport and we head out of town, the swags will be as they would normally be travelling. So the kids will have their pillows and sheets on there, and that'll free up the space in the back seat. At the moment I've got the pillows and sheets just sitting on that back seat. We've got to visit Bunnings, we've got to go into Woolies, so these are small jobs I'm going to need to do over the duration of the next 3 days actually, because today's Monday and they get to Cairns on Thursday. So I've got plenty of time. I wouldn't mind having a swim somewhere too. 29 degrees. On the flip side of the coin, Paulie left his place at 2 a.m. this morning, so he's there in Port Stephens, and he's gone the inland road. So he's already crossed the border as well. But we'll meet up in Townsville. Secret, sneaky free camp that's quite cool that I did last time. The good old Bruce. It's just all these little arteries merging into the big one. The speed camera that's ahead can go home. Not going to get much today. Pretty good. Moving again, and it looks like it's only going to take 1.5 hours to do 140 kilometres. So the machine is estimating I'm going to be doing around 90-95 kilometres an hour. 40 k's out of Gympie, that sky does not look good, does it? And I really want to try keep those swags dry. Hopefully we can drive through this cloud. I'm going to have to stop for fuel though. Oh, I'm going to have a wet bed tonight. Yeah, that's hail now. Tropical North Queensland. Shenanigans are now over with water. We'll have some of this. Thank you very much. We've just filled up at the BP here in Gympie, or just outside of Gympie. I guess my next move is the 80 k's to Maryborough, and then maybe Gin, I don't know. 13 hours. We're 50 k's from Childers. So that's another half an hour. But I mean, it's only 3 o'clock, I don't know what to do. Just stopped at Woolies in Childers. Down the road there's a bit of a picnic area. I'm going to have my, I'm not sure if you call it breakfast or lunch or afternoon tea, but we'll keep going while the weather's good and I'm feeling good. Not tired at all. I've got to peel the egg first. Gin's half hour away. I have to give a little bit of credit where credit's due. This road is very, very wet and these tyres are sticking to the tar like glue. I think maybe this trip is going to better them. It's going to have taken that first little bit of layer of rubber off, but they're very, very sticky to the ground here where there's water. Paul said on the inland road he's had no rain all day and he's 12 hours from Cairns himself. That's as fast as the wipers go. That's how hard the rain is. It's coming straight onto my window. It's 4:30, so I've been going, what have I been going? 12, 14 and a half hours. If I had the Jayco here, it wouldn't be a problem. Be able to get 4 or 5 hours sleep and move on. Could put my swag down under the shelter Yeah, we could do that. So what this is saying in Gin there's a thunderstorm and the rain is stopping in 3 minutes. So we'll just chill and see. I've just unzipped the swag. Of course it's wet in there, but hopefully it's been rolled the right way up so it hasn't penetrated into the actual material or mattress. If the mattress is wet, there's not much I'm going to be able to do. I was too much in a hurry and I didn't stop when I saw the clouds in the distance. I could have covered this. Then I would have had a flapping tarp. But, take them both down and have a look. There you are, nice and clean now for the swag to go down. So we did the Madigan line in these two things and the kids have been using them at home for sleepovers. And I mean, if this mattress is dry, having been on the top of that roof rack for that long, and that's not a waterproof bag, yeah, I'll be damned. What we found in the desert though is when they had condensation on the inside from our breathing, that once the inside's wet, you can't roll them up. All right, am I sleeping in Speedos and a rashie, or is it dry? Oh my goodness, it's dry. Oh, that's beautiful. I am a fan. Can't believe you're dry. I'll get some shut-eye now. Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. I mean, this could be normal for you people that use swags all the time, but I was never really a swag person. Me and Chelle had the Oz tent for 100 years. What a great day. Lock fridge to car to keep Chelle happy. See you real soon. Now I'm going to tell you that was one of the eeriest nights I've had, and I'll remember that night for a long time. While I did get some rest, it was broken up. 10 o'clock, the loudest thunder I've ever heard. It felt like the awning above me where I had the swag had just collapsed on me. The whole ground shook. Such a big storm, I could feel the water flowing underneath me between the swag and the slab. I did doze off again and then woken up by thunder. The thunderstorm lasted for hours. Finally, I got out of bed around the 1:30 mark. A quick check of the oil. We're all good. Up and on the go again, and instead of getting the Spinifex and the gas out, I'm just going to grab a Caltex coffee here in Gin. With caffeine, I can now explain today's little mission. Not a big one, 985 Ks, and we should arrive just after lunch. We're heading for Townsville, where we'll be meeting Paulie tonight. So our convoy starts to come together today. Another session behind the wheel of the 79 on the Bruce Highway. Check out them ARB lights. So good. So glad I got the lights. Can you imagine? That's how I would be driving, or a little bit better with a factory high beam. Time for some caffeine. Give me more caffeine. We'll get some stuff on charge, utilise some of that battery's power while we're driving. First set of traffic lights for a while. Just hit the outskirts of Rockhampton, just on 5 AM, very wet Rockhampton. And hitting it this early in the morning, we're definitely going to get through it quicker than if it was peak hour, saving us quite a bit of time. The further north I go this morning, the better the weather's looking. Not sure where Paulie is yet. This was the meeting spot today, back end of Townsville. And I think there was a bonus point on offer for the first one here. We've been pushing. I've got my thongs on. Luckily I didn't have my boots on. But you take the 1.62, 10% off that 16.2. So this is Maroubra to just past Townsville, 14.58 litres per 100. 3.2 tonne, 35-inch tyres, and pushing, like really pushing. An overnight camp, and thankfully it's early enough that I'm able to dry everything up again. Paul arrives and we get to see his new camper. Now, how will this fare? Find out in this series how it fares. Up the telly and all the hard stuff that we do. After a good night's sleep, a couple of coffees, Cairns bound we are. Day 3 on the road, in convoy now with Paul, and late start for us. It's 8 AM, but we haven't got far to go today. It was actually nice to have a bit of sleep. heading for Tully. The sky looks a little angry. The roads are wet, but southbound don't have their wipers on, so hopefully it's come and gone. Wishful thinking. We made it to Cairns. Again, an early camp set up and enough time to dry everything yet again and to get the beds made up. Boys have done their job. We've got the vehicles to Cairns safely, and now I think the pressure's on the girls to make that plane ride, and hopefully the weather gods give us a great couple of weeks up the telly and whatever we're going to do. I'm 53 and I've got this second opportunity to do Cape York, to take my kids and 13 and 10-year-old, so they'll remember it. And Chelle, like, she's just the best. The preparation and organising she's helped do to make this happen for us, and more so for me. It's my thing, right? Four-wheel driving. So for her to want to do this with me, for starters, hopefully I can show her some beautiful waterways and just give her the memories, because that's what it's about, making the memories. She's got her sister and I've got Paul to do this with, and it's going to be fun. So it'll be an early night for me. We pick them up from the airport tomorrow and then we continue on. Are we doing the Creb track, or are we going straight to Mariba and do the Creb track on the way back? Well, stay tuned to find out. All right, it's Thursday morning, so we're ready for Chelle, Tish and the kids to arrive today. Have a look at this, camp kitchen, not using the gas, but important that we test this water, but it's acceptable. So we'll fill up our tanks. We've got a bit of running around to do before we pick them all up at 2 o'clock. Just about to pick them up from the airport, an hour to kill, and then that oil change that needed doing. In these big windy conditions, the small funnel's not going to cut it. And just for record, when you're on the run, and the 2-litre milk bottle actually threads into the top of where the oil cap screws on, so very helpful. The kilometres per litre from Maroubra to Cairns, 14.4. We'll zero the trip meter, and when we come back to Cairns from the tip to drop them back off at the airport, we'll have a look at the kilometres per litre for that section of our trip. Well, it was cold down in Sydney apparently, and it's like so humid and 30 degrees up here. They would have got a shock to the system. Hello. When they walked out those doors. Hey, how are you? How was your flight? Families all together?
Hello. Hi.
And we're all excited. Only 1 hour really. This drive this afternoon. Set up camp somewhere, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, the Creb track is open for us tomorrow. Oh, almost out. First dinner off the plane. You liking your shelf?
Loving it.
Are you doing an easy one? Barbecue chicken, Caesar salad, yum. And we're just going through what we're doing tomorrow. It's going to be exciting. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and remember, you saw all that action right at the start of this video. So next episode, we'll be hitting the dirt. And as always, thanks for watching.